is Tariq Talk. Your host, Tariq Mendez, takes you on a journey with guests from all around the world. Broadcasting around the world. Around the world. This is Tariq Talk.
I say I work with pigments, so I make my own paints. So there's some samples here on the wall. They look like this. So all of these things, they have a certain thickness, a certain recipe behind, and I sample them on these cards, which are actual color lab cards, and then I can scan them with like spectrometer. I don't know where it is, but so I basically have a machine to scan these things, and then I can acquire the optical property of that.
Oh wow!
And so this is how I would work with pigments. I create the paints. I write down the recipe. Everything is weighted with this very high precision laboratory scale. And then I can, like, with all these color scans, I can apply physics equations or a physical model of the painting, and then I can actually compute a recipe if I want this color and this effect.
Every sentence you say, my brain is like, it's just like so intellectually smart. It's so cool.
So which pigments, how many milligrams, whatever. I get the recipe, then I have machines to actually blend them very well, and then I can apply them on a canvas or like on a wall, or depending on what I do, if I do like a painting or an installation.
And are you able, like, once you create this, does it go like in a little container? Can you keep that for as long as you like?
It depends. But for example, this is acrylic paint.
Okay.
So that conserves relatively well for, like, let's say 6 months.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it doesn't last like for a lifetime. You can just use it whenever you want.
No, once it's painted, it lasts a very long time. But in a wet form, no, it's
not
a bit tricky.
Oh, I see.
And so what else? Like here I have some of the some samples of the moss that I'm busy with. So unfortunately moss samples are dead animals, so the colors that we see on them are not always accurate because they fade.
Yeah.
But it's already interesting to see that, like for an insect that doesn't see red, well, the body is pretty red.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I'm also very interested by this insect because I think I share a lot of colors with the insect. I think like we have pretty much the same body color. And something that I find very interesting, because like this is one species, but there are like hundreds of species or thousands of species of moss, and they all look different, and they all have different pigments as well as we do. I have pigments in my hair, on my skin, in my eyes, and they have the same pigments as us. Like, we're animals, so we share the genetics. And I think this is a very interesting way also to look at natural colors, because like whenever it comes to like, of course, like skin color has a very nasty history in terms of topic, but I think there's a very nice way of talking about it and of considering it, which is like, what are we made of? Basically, and it's kind of extraordinary that we are made of the same thing as.
It shows we're just one species. That's it.
Humans,
not like not the plastic.
Oh yeah. No, but I mean it's even beyond human,
beyond that,
because we have the same chemistry. All living beings somehow. So this is also something that interests me.
And are you able to like put resin on them if you wanted to, or you have to leave it as dry as possible?
What do you mean?
Like if you wanted to, because you say some of them, the color fades a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you able to, like, do you put them in resin for the ones you want to preserve the original color?
No. The best way is like this.
Like this?
But they have to be as much as possible in the dark.
Oh, I
So
see.
that's why I put the boxes on
Yeah.
top of each other. The top box here is all completely faded. It comes from someone who had an old box. So yeah, what's important is mostly like no light and also no living bugs because they really love to eat that.
So you have a buffet right now for them. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
I worked also with the Natural History Museum in Brussels. They have, I think, the fourth biggest collection of insects
Oh,
in the world. That means they have 15 million species in their library.
wow.
And so yesterday with,
Oh, you
with
get to
Lina
look?
that you saw
Yeah.
before, we were there and we watched the two first rays of shells, which took like 4 hours or something. We at least watched all the species,
Yeah.
and that's only two rays, or even one ray left and right side. And in total, there are like I don't know, like maybe 100 rays like that, with
That's
different kind of
fascinating.
butterfly, uh, cockroach, whatever,
Yeah.
ants, many different things.
Oh, wow.
But these nocturnal moths are very interesting in terms of color. They are actually they have a kind of low profile color world. You know, the butterfly that's so colorful, everybody
Yeah.
loves them.
Oh, yeah.
But we are kind of more interested by this kind of more subtle colors
Yeah.
and arrangements and patterns, and also like always thinking that, always wondering like, what are we actually looking at? Because they look at themselves
Yeah.
and they don't see the same thing as what
Yeah.
we see.
We
So
see, yeah.
maybe something that looks important for us, they don't even see it.
Yeah.
But something that looks like a detail, maybe for them that's the key. That's like how they tell this is my friend or this is the other one that I don't like or something.
Maybe like vibration and frequency is such a complex topic.
Yeah, but also they move.
Yeah.
So the color is not like in the box like
Yeah.
here. When they rest, they are in this kind of camouflage
Yeah.
mode. Then when they fly, they reveal like brighter color underneath.
Yeah.
And what they see is more like probably also like some kind of music, pulsation of a
Yeah.
color. The body reflects sometimes some shiny metallic
Yeah.
light as well,
That's
or
so
color.
cool. I remember as a kid, when I was growing up in Brazil, we had a science teacher,
Mm.
and she was like obsessed with bees and that type of category of insect. And I remember one time, I don't think this was like 100% accurate, but it was like an example. But she brought like these big glasses
Mm-hmm.
to show how bugs see different ways. So
Mm.
like I remember like the colors were different, but also like the shape.
Mm-hmm.
Like some had like edges, you know, and I was like,
Mm.
oh, this is interesting.
Yeah. I actually do have some kind of
Really?
project of making glasses.
Yeah, that's so. Do you ever think like a moth for your exhibitions? Like, do you ever think like, how can I, make it as much similar to a moth's eye for the human experience to see this?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to. I will show you something. Like, so this is. I can bring it there. So
Okay.
this is just a small study for like a painting that is actually much bigger, but it's sold now. So that was just a study, right?
Oh wow, I see.
And so this is a gradient of colors that starts here with the tonality of the sky at sunset and go down as like the way that light is absorbed and reflected by plants.
Yeah. Wow.
And so it's a vertical gradient of colored light, if you want. That's what it is supposed to represent. And that gradient is the space in which the moths evolved. Because the moths, they fly, so they are under the sky here, and then they go hide in the plants.
Oh, I see.
And as they hide, they dive deeper in the plant world, and the color of the light is changing.
Oh wow.
And so what I say usually is that this is the moth's equivalent
Yeah.
of a white cube.
Oh
right?
wow.
This is the neutral world
That's so
of
cool.
light for the Mars.
And do you see the world like this? Like, because you have so much awareness of the colors and everything. So, like, when you live in your everyday life, do you see things exactly? Like, do you look at something like a sunset, you see like all the colors?
Yeah, I
Does it seem
mean,
to
for
fit
example,
around?
the sky, I watch the sky a lot,
Yeah,
but some things are also, I mean, even for me, it's, okay, I have a lot of imagination
yeah,
and maybe knowledge and instruments and
yeah.
things, but I still have no idea how this would look like if before I measure it or before I
Hmm.
calculate it.
Yeah.
So this was calculated using like the measurement of a real plant and of a real light.
Oh, wow.
And then I make all these like recipes to make the gradient. And so that's my answer to like thinking like a moth.
Mhm.
That's, for example, the space and the question of like the neutral environment in terms of light, the white cube,
Yeah,
all these things. Well, the white cube is pretty green,
yeah.
but it changes colors as you go up, right? Because
Oh,
you reach the sky.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So these kind of things are interesting for me because I think that like this kind of thinking like a moth idea,
Mhm.
scenario or fiction creates new definitions and therefore like new ways of making art or using painting or thinking about space. These kind of things are interesting to me.
And I actually forgot to ask you during the interview. I mean, to me, you're like a genius, like a creative genius. Seriously, are you ever able to like step away from your creativity and your imagination and like be in the moment and relax, or you're always like thinking and coming up with
No, I'm
ideas?
pretty relaxed, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, it's also something funny because right now we're in my studio
Mhm.
and it's a mess. But if you see an exhibition, it's all clean and
Yeah.
tidy and perfect and usually and
Yeah. No. Yeah.
and then you see like, oh no, in fact it's like very messy
I
and
don't think it's messy. I think for you, you know where everything is, and it's like
kind of
part
yeah.
of your creative process. Do you know what I mean? So like you know how to move
Yeah,
here.
of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But I also have so many projects at the same time that sometimes even for me it starts to be confusing.
Oh, I
Like,
see.
where is this or
Yeah.
yeah.
What to do? Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Tariq Talk. Follow Tariq Talk on all social media channels and check out the video interviews online.